Welcome to Around the Jewish World in 613 Seconds. Today we are traveling only 34 miles from the Western Wall in Jerusalem to meet the esteemed Rabbi David Stav, who is the chief rabbi of the city of Shoham, who is the co-founder and chairman of Tzohar, which we're going to hear all about. And it's a tremendous honor for me to have this opportunity to interview Rabbi Stav. Boker Tov, how are you?
Boker Tov, Shalom, Baruch Hashem, thank you.
You know, it's an amazing thing. We've been all over the world. But now, as we approach the 9 days in Tisha B'Av, we are trying to return home, and we are coming to Israel to meet somebody who is changing the fabric of Israeli society. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to watch this very short clip by Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sachs, which will explain to you a little bit about the work of Tzohar.
Tzohar ta'aseh lateva. God commanded Noah at the time of the flood to build into the ark a source of brightness that would bring light into a dark world. And in a strange and wonderful way, that is what the rabbinical organization Tzohar has done for hundreds of thousands of Israeli Jews. It's brought light into their lives. Tzohar rabbis have officiated at some 60,000 couples that might never have chosen to have a halachic wedding, who might never have gained any spiritual lift from such a thing. Tzohar has changed that and won many, many souls for Judaism. For tens of thousands of others, people who've come to Israel without the necessary documentation to prove their Jewish identity have been helped by Tzohar to establish just that, their Jewish identity, so that they can be officially recognized as part of the Jewish family and not always held at arm's length under the cloud of doubt and suspicion. Each one of these acts is quite incredible. Not least is the program that has brought tens of thousands of Jews to Tzohar's holiday programs, to bring Judaism into people's lives who may not have felt it so warmly before. Tzohar does what we have to do in this particular day and age, when so many Jews lack the necessary background or feel that the religious world is somehow looking down on them. And Tzohar is going out to people non-judgmentally and with the most wonderful warmth and welcome, saying, be part of this heritage because it is yours as much as it is ours. Tzohar is currently now aspiring to create a new center in Tel Aviv, which will become a center for thousands of couples who seek halachic marriages. And as Tzohar has done so well in the past, to turn those experiences of chatunah into something that will light a flame within the marriage itself and bring Judaism into all those homes. I do give Tzohar my full support. I think it is one of the most wonderful organizations in the Jewish world, absolutely necessary and incalculable in the blessings it is bringing into tens of thousands of lives.
Rabbi Stav, if you don't mind, please tell us a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself to our listeners.
Wow, that's a bit complicated. I'm 60 years old, a father of 9 children. My eldest son is a major in the paratroops in the Israeli IDF. Second one is a rabbi. I founded Tzohar with a group of distinguished rabbis 25 years ago. And today, we look forward to complete our revolution. Actually, we started the revolution in the religious access, in the approach to the religious establishment that used to be hated in Israel. And what we try to achieve is to access Yiddishkeit in a nicer way, in a better way than it used to be before. Our vision is actually to break monopoly, we believe that competition between rabbis improves the services and makes the result for the secular people that are not exposed to Judaism in its beauty, makes the results much better.
So how did you come to start this organization? It's a remarkable thing. I know myself, I've been to Israel many times. Very often I've taken groups to Israel. There are lots of challenges that face Israeli society through different sects of society and different groups of people. And that's often a barrier to a traditional Jew or a secular Jew being able to access Judaism. Tell us, how did you get involved in this and how did you come to start this organization?
Well, first of all, we started right a few weeks after the assassination of Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin. We felt that we are moving quickly to the third destruction of the temple, just like occurred to us 2,000 years ago. And we said to ourselves, we must put an end to that. It could not continue this way because otherwise we'll be broken for two fractions. So what we've started was just to look after one conflict that concerns and disturbs and bothers many secular Israelis, and that's the weddings. So we said to the Israelis, you know what? First of all, we will be your rabbis for the weddings. You don't have to pay us money. We will come in time. We are rabbis that went together with you to the army. We will host you before the wedding. All these kind of stuff never existed in Israel. Unlike in England, where every couple, when he gets married through a synagogue, he meets the rabbi, he knows the rabbi who he is, he will meet the couple at least for once, maybe twice. In Israel, 95% of the secular couples have no connection to rabbis. So what we offer to them is rabbis that share the same culture, share the same vision, and will be authorized rabbis that will be very friendly and will talk to the couples from the eye of the eyes. That's how we started.
It's an unbelievable thing. You know, we're now in this period, the 9 days, where we talk about sinat chinam, baseless hatred, that the reason why the temple was destroyed was because Jews couldn't get on with each other, the famous story of Kamsa and Bar Kamsa, and the way in which there's so much unnecessary hatred and misunderstanding between Jews. And you are single-handedly, with what you're doing, trying to rectify this problem and speeding up the redemption. It's very inspiring to hear. And I'm sure the last 4 months have been incredibly challenging. I'm sure everyone's very interested to know, how have you reacted to life during the corona pandemic?
Well, first thing, that we were the ones that led in Israel the halachic approach to close shuls. We were the ones to say shuls must be closed. We don't want to be blamed and to be accused afterwards that we were the reason for the pandemic to spread more and more. That's number one. Number two, we started to help people that we knew that couldn't toivel the kelim, that couldn't say Kaddish after their beloved relatives, etc., to help them out with this. I mean, people wanted to say Kaddish, but they couldn't go to shuls.
I know you personally helped our community in St. John's Wood. There were unfortunately bereaved families who we're very grateful to you that you organized Kaddish to be said for them. Can you tell us, first of all, how were you able to facilitate that during the lockdown? And to what extent was this utilized across the world?
So first of all, we got requests from all over the world, Australia and South Africa and United States, many requests in other places. Well, in Israel, unlike other places in the world, there were small backyards, what we call minyanei chatzerot, or balconies, minyanim, that where religious people are gathering together, and from different balconies we made minyanim, so our rabbis could say Kaddish for those mourners who couldn't come, and it was used a lot. But it didn't end with that. I mean, we have an ethical center, a lot of halachic and moral dilemmas, including prioritizing people that are in danger and need breathing machines from different hospitals. People, doctors and others came over to us and asked us to our solutions to different moral dilemmas. I believe that what Tzohar was doing during the first 4 months of the pandemic was very, very much respected and helped a lot to the religious and especially to the non-religious people to confront with this challenge. And now we are preparing ourselves to the high holidays. I mean, we know that it's not going to disappear until then.
I mean, I know that you historically, Tzohar is involved with hosting some 70,000 non-religious Israelis for Yom Kippur. How are you planning to try and keep that up this year? That's going to be very challenging.
It's very challenging. First of all, we know that most of them will not come to the show because it will be forbidden. So what we are trying now to do, we went out already with advertising to all the balconies, minyanim. We asked them to invite secular neighbors, and we will provide them machzorim. Most Israelis don't have machzorim for Yom Kippur, so we will provide them with small booklets of machzorim for Nila, for Kol Nidre. That's number one. We are now negotiating with one of the television channels to broadcast Kol Nidre before lighting candles, in order to broadcast Kol Nidre, to give at least the experience for the Israeli society how to deal with this. And we are preparing different materials to the secular Israelis how to prepare themselves to Rosh Hashanah. We have a big operation of blowing shofar all over the country. So we have a lot of work to do.
You must be very busy. Now, I must ask you this question. There are Jews all over the world who are going to be watching this video clip because the series is called Around the Jewish World, but you are living really at the Makor, at the center of where Judaism really is in Israel. What does it mean to you to live in Israel, to be a Jew, Zionism? Tell us very briefly what that means to you.
I wanted to tell it to your audience. To live in Israel today, but before to live in Israel, before to live today in this historical period of time is something which is a privilege that all our parents, all our ancestors could only dream, to live in such an amazing period of Jewish history. To see the Jewish state, strong economy, strong society, to see all the yeshivot and all the schools learning Torah, to see when I go to the Kotel and to see hundreds of thousands of people that are walking to the Kotel. I mean, I feel that there's only one small thing that is missing, Bet HaMikdash. But actually, we live in a time of redemption. And even those Jews who are not living physically in Israel today, but they could be so helpful for the Israeli society and for the Jewish people. First of all, by being connected, by feeling responsible, by sharing solidarity with the Jewish people, with what's happening now in Israel. And I really believe that to live here today is a privilege. But as we know in Judaism, privilege always comes with commitments. And once I know that I'm privileged to live in such an amazing historical period of Jewish history, I know for sure that it gives me obligation. It commands me to do things so that we will deserve the gift that we're gifted by Hashem, and we should do all things that are needed to be done. And there are a lot of things to be done in order to be deserved to this gift.
Rabbi David Stav, this has been an absolute honor and privilege. I wish you continued success and hatzlacha, and I look forward to one day coming to visit you and to see firsthand the incredible work that you do. All the best.
Shalom, shalom, and Shabbat shalom.